Bang Bang versus Pandorium, as this is actually still the same round set. It's still quarterfinals.
Still quarterfinals.
Yep. So we're not advancing, we're just sidestepping over. They've already drafted, so we're just going to bring it up real quick while we talk about it, and then we're going to be jumping into game, which will probably be very quickly here.
So for the first part of the draft, we saw the bans of Leoric and Zeratul. Actually, Zeratul is going to be the first one on Pandorium. And then Leoric getting banned out there by Bang Bang. We see the Johanna first pick coming in there for Pandorium. Met up with the Jaina and the Uther for Bang Bang. And then after that, Abathur and Kael'thas getting picked up by Pandorium before we get into the second ban phase.
Crusade calls.
You're too fast for me, man.
I'm here to
I just
help.
wanted to go through the draft as quick as possible.
Yeah, no, you're fine. That
The
would
light
leave us
abandons
with
no man.
Bans of Illidan and Merc.
Bang Bang. Yeah, the Bang Bang ban. As soon as they saw that Abathur, Illidan was probably like their immediate ban.
Oh, yes. But the Abathur is really good on Sky Temple. But regardless, we have the Muradin then banned out there from Pandorium, and we're seeing Bang Bang return with their last two picks of, with their next two picks of Vala and Anubarak. And then Pandorium picks up their last two picks of Raynor and Rhaegar. And finally, Bang Bang ends it with Zagara. So we're seeing an interesting build come out there from Pandorium with the Abathur Raynor, which is strong because of the auto attack focus, but they only have a Johanna to really be that front line there.
Single tank, man. It's not going to be the end of the world. But Sky Temple, as you said, you know, the Abathur is really going to be making a heck of a difference, especially if it's going to be Abathur Raynor. Abathur Raynor or Abathur Kael. It feels like you can just blow up quite a few members of Bang Bang with it.
I'm curious to see what the Kael'thas build is going to be, but yeah, the Abathur Raynor, you know, that's what I was saying. It's just with the auto attack build from Abathur plus Raynor, it's going to be really strong. But sometimes we see these lures into this, and then all of a sudden Abathur goes for the Bombard Strains and Enduring Locust and all these things so that they get a really strong push because it's Sky Temple. You want to be able to take advantage of the fact that you can constantly be on the other side of the map as your opponents.
All right, so that was the quick and dirty of this match. So we didn't get to really do a lot of discussion about it, but the teams are ready to go. So we're way to say no to quick games. On the left-hand side, Tiger, JK, B-Kid, Jun, Goku, and Jintei. Going to be making up the team of Bang Bang.
Over here on the right-hand side in the red, it is Pandorium Esports Prometheus, Frustrated, James Franco, Escaping Jail, and Azure NYS.
Azurnus?
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 Azurnus.
I think we'll go with Azurnus.
I'm just curious how James Franco got into Heroes of the Storm. That's a cool thing.
I blame Canada.
But Canada?
Yeah.
Do you think his counterpart Seth?
Yep. That's exactly it.
Seth, what's his name? I'm blanking. Never mind. Give it up. So, joke dead.
Not Seth MacFarlane. It's Seth. Not Seth Green.
I keep thinking Seth Rogen, and that's definitely not it either.
Yeah, isn't it Seth Rogen?
Is it Seth Rogen?
Pretty sure it's Seth Rogen. Doesn't matter.
It's Seth Rogen. That's right.
Top lane's getting pushed in fairly hard with this comp. I mean, setting up with the Zagara and the Anubarak, you have a really nice actual setup for a lot of bugs and a lot of fodder and flak for the towers. But they split them up, and now it's going to be Goku in the bottom lane with the double warrior of no, it's single warrior Anubarak. Is that right?
Yeah, single warrior Anubarak, which is odd.
It's got to be Locust, man. Level 10 Locust.
Yeah. What's actually really great about playing Johanna into Anubarak is you can go for that level 4 talent that the more enemies you hit, the cooldown of your condemn is a lot quicker. And because you're going against Anubarak, you see all these beetles, it's constantly proccing that trait all the time. You get a really, really great cooldown on your condemn anytime you engage Anubarak. We're seeing the temples come up here for mid and top.
Now, I'm a little surprised. We have 4 people top right now. There we go. Abathur's now finally going to go into the bottom lane. That's going to free up Azurnus now to kind of come up to this mid. But nobody's going for the top temple. Zagara and crew are really just trying to nail that last tower. Or last shot on the tower.
But they barely just don't get it. 133 health left on it. And in fact, for their troubles, they're doing a good amount of damage. Actually, Prometheus is going to get warded away a little bit by Tiger JK. Nice little gravity lapse is going to keep him alive for a little bit longer and give him enough time for Frustrated to come in there and get that heal. Meanwhile, middle Shrine is going to go on over here to Bang Bang, and top is going to go over to Prometheus.
I'm actually, so yeah, I mean, they didn't get that tower, but it is low-hanging fruit. Tiger JKs can probably just roach it right now and actually pick it up. 4 team members of blue, they're going to go in on this.
Yeah, they definitely want to ward away their opponents from getting any more of those tower shots. Frustrated, gets immediately eliminated. We're seeing Ash Ernest already having his straight popped. He's going to go down as well, and James Franco has no choice but to relinquish this role.
Yep, and then with the rest of those towers, there goes that. With the rest of these shots, the towers are toast. Because that's 1 and 2. That's going to be a heck of a level advantage going in. Almost a full level now at this point. And that's all because, you know, Zagara and B-Kid. What build is B-Kid going? Is he? Yeah, he's multi-shot. He's totally going to be multi-shotting to complement this early push. And how many melee? One, really just the 2. So the multi-shot during team fights, it's not really meant, I guess, for the team fights. It's going to be great, and extra damage and all that, but it's not going to be the end-all. It's just this early advantage with the experience with that push is really just rewarded Bang Bang so far.
Right, and you know, I'm kind of thinking about that multi-shot build. I feel like it's just because nothing else really fits here. Hungering Arrow is nice.
There's nobody really to dive, huh?
There's not really many people who are going to dive. They only have 4 heroes, so maybe you can get some really good targets with it. But even then, that's I feel like more of a guess or, you know, a hope factor more so than an actual tactic one. And even then, if you go for hatred stacks, the auto attacks I feel like is also going to be a mistake, because going auto attack versus a Rainer with an Abathur hat is going to be a huge mistake as well. Yeah, multi-shot's a little bit more fire and forget type of damage, and that's going to be pretty good here for the Vala. The rest of the builds coming in here, nothing too crazy. Urticating Spines coming in there for the Anubarak, which we see sometimes.
I've actually been seeing a lot of it in the SEL as of late, because it helps with the wave clear, helps a little bit spike of extra damage. It also just goes out very well. I mean, in general, you're going to be hugging people. He's probably going to get the Burning Rage, right? Burning Rage Locust and then the Urticating. I mean, it's not exactly a soft hit.
Well, Urticating is great because it's on an 8-second cooldown. It's 113 damage at level 7. That's actually pretty decent for AoE damage. It's actually pretty big.
122 now.
122 now, yeah, level 8.
What, 9 damage scaling? You said 113?
Yeah, 9 damage, 9 damage. So it's pretty decent. Yep. And it's on an 8-second cooldown, so you get a shield, you do damage. Both those put together, it's really nice. We see a lot, actually, a lot earlier. I think it was adopted in the Korean scene, but now we're starting to see it also in the NA and EU. And we're seeing that third temple spawn up here in the bottom lane. I'm curious to see who's going to be able to get the advantage here. But if I had to put my money on it, it's probably going to be Bang Bang. They've already got 4 heroes down here.
And look at that Uther build coming in. Boundless Conviction and Wave of Light now as well. There's no Cleanse, no Clairvoyance. Wave of Light, not something we see a ton of these days. But as well, I mean, Jaina even went for the Conjure's Pursuit. Everything just feels like it's built for big AoE, big split pushing potential coming out from Bang Bang.
Actually, I've been seeing that a lot more in the EU side. When they just don't feel like Cleanse is going to fit, there's not a huge amount of targets for Cleanse. That Wave of Light is actually really great for getting that sustained fight. And this is a huge map for getting those sustained fights. Meanwhile, as this is going on, a huge fight goes down. We see the Kel'Thas get taken out. James Franco is off the set, frustrated, trying to get out of here, but he's going to get pretty frustrated from the constant damage of B-Kid. We see a mule get popped down, but it's really late. Not going to save that fort as B-Kid and Tiger JK, they mount up. Thought they're going to go for a little bit more of the push, but they don't even need to. They're going to go straight on into mid lane.
Oh, Jinte has level 10. Water Elemental is going to be coming out. He has that Pierce on the Bolt as well. It's not enough to hit Frustrated, though. It looks like he's just going to be able to walk out of this one. All that time as well, Abathur into the top was pushing with these bruisers, but I just don't think there's going to be enough meat there to pick up that fort. So 2 fort advantage? Yeah, 2 fort advantage now coming out here. Level 11 to 9. The builds have, again, they feel very AoE centric. They feel very split potential here as well. And you saw immediately how Prometheus died in that last fight, right? He got cut off by the Burrow Strike from a Goku, and he just got separated from the rest of his team. Not that really the rest of his team did any better.
And, you know, we're seeing Goku get collapsed upon, but just with a level 9 to level 11 advantage, there's just no way they can do enough damage. That's a huge amount of stats that's going to be in favor here of Bang Bang, and that's, you know, that's why Goku, even though Anubarak isn't even the tankiest of the warriors, is able to shrug off that damage without any issues.
Yep, absolutely. So far has pretty much gone the way that Bang Bang has won. They have been pretty much on fire. They said that their round of 16 game, they won in 9 minutes with a 5-level difference. So these guys, they know what's up. Goku's going in.
Yeah, he's already popped his Locust Storm as well as a huge burrow charge to disrupt a lot of the damage there. Prometheus is barely going to be able to disengage there. The Stray from Vala is so incredibly strong, catches a lot of heroes, and escaping jail. You are not going to be able to escape this one, I don't think.
Oh god, is he behind them? Oh, he is behind them. Zed comes out.
It's so close. He was just about to get that burrow, but did not quite connect, and he got taken out there. We're seeing the burrow charge come in there yet again on Azure, and it's not going to be able to follow that up too well.
So the first fight was to punish the lack of heroics there up against Promethean. It's not Promethean. What's the name of it?
Prometheus.
Pandorum.
Oh, Pandorium. Oh, Pandorium Gaming.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Prometheus on their team. That's what confused me.
Yeah.
The first temple fight.
So the first fight was to punish Pandorium. Once they saw escaping jail behind them, well, then they tried to go for that second engage just to punish the lack of numbers. But by the end of it, 3 forts down. I mean, these temples are going to be starting to work on keeps up against Pandorium.
Yeah, and this is 8 minutes into the game. That's pretty rough. 13 to 10 as well. They've got that talent here advantage. They can really kind of decide to go for whatever they want to as long as they stay grouped up. If they start splitting up, it could be a little bit dangerous if Pandorium stays as 5, but right now they're staying completely grouped up, which is exactly the right maneuver they need to do here. Escaping jail does go for the Abathur clone onto the Rainer, so is able to do a good amount of damage, but just so much damage is coming in here from Bang Bang. Are they going to be able to turn this around? Escaping jail's clone just about to fall. James Franco taking a good amount of damage. A massive Blizzard is going to get a triple kill.
All right. Favorable stuff, man, coming back and forth. The Divine Shield from Jun allowed Goku to stay alive, and then when the Blessed Shield came in, it's just trying to stun everyone. There's just no positioning. Tiger JK saw them trying to collapse, mauled them right there, and that's how we led into the triple kill. And that triple kill, I mean, that's basically, I think this is, sealing a lot of the deal, because here comes the boss. We got already Goku onto this bottom lane, and that means mid-temple is basically just fair game as well. Boss and 2 temples, that could easily be a keep, if not 2.
They already had 4 Siege Giants in the bot lane as well. Frustrated was just trying to deal with them. But the 4 Siege Giants were just destroying his health bar. He had to back up for a good amount of time until Azurnus and James Franco came in to help in. And that allowed them to clean up those first part of the gate. So the boss just goes straight to directly the keep. Does not pass go. Does not collect $200. And that's going to be a lot of damage.
Now, I'm a little surprised that we actually see Spell Shield here on Anubarak instead of the Burning Rage. It looks like he is going to be playing a little bit more safer, at least against the Kael'thas. The Rainer, maybe not so much because the auto attack's coming in, but at least trying to curb the amount of burst that the Kael'thas is going to be putting him under. As well, did you see? We have Icy Veins.
Yeah, Icy Veins going for the hyper-aggressive Jaina. And it's not a bad call. I've been seeing it a little bit more and more. We normally saw improved ice block every single time for level 13, but this time we're going to go for those Icy Veins. Just wants to eliminate their opponents as quick as possible, especially when you're in this massive advantage. Icy Veins can really snowball, dare I say, the rest of the team fights really well.
And that has to be vulnerability. Yeah, it's going to be Northern Exposure coming out for Jinche there as well. Anytime I see Ice Lance, I'm always thinking in the back of my mind, could this be the Icy Veins? Because the Ice Lance for the 2-second reduction on shield targets really favors for triple cooldown reduction on Icy Veins as well.
So you just get a lot of those incredibly strong vulnerability debuffs on the opponent team. And again, you can just destroy them really, really quickly. We're seeing them pick up that keep. They back up. They've got 1 keep down at 11 minutes into the game. Not quite 9 minutes and 5 levels on their opponents, but still very commanding lead. Double talent tier advantage.
Yeah, double talent tier advantage is not something we see a lot of. Oh, do they know escaping jails up here? They might have seen the Locust. And, well, I mean, he just barely got away out of that one because of the vision favoring him. The Tiger JK had gone a little bit more right. B-Kid now looking at, saying, all right, is he there? Is he not? Saw the Locust again. But double tier, man, this is something. You don't get to see this every day.
You really don't, and they've got these bruiser camps as well. They're starting to push in on this top keep lane. There's not much that there's just a defense to put up here from Pandorium. Or sorry, yeah, Pandorium. Okay, I was going to say Prometheus this time again. And they take out the keep wall. They aren't able to really press into this keep, but they've got another temple phase spawning up here.
Yeah, but it's only a single temple, and it's going to be targeting up the top. Is that enough to actually take down the keep? I'm not sure it is, especially with the Mule. What's the Mule timer on? Mule's actually up, so I don't think this is going to be a keep. But it's still, I mean, it's pressure that we can't really do too much about here. from Promethean.
Is that going to go for top? Yeah, I was about to say that has to go for top. Pandorium.
Yeah. No, it's totally going to go to top, but we have a mule. Unless.
Oh yeah, I was going to say.
I don't think
if it
that's
went for bot, I was like, bot's dead. But yeah, if it goes for top, then.
If Escaping Jill just throws shields, continually throws shields on this, now he's actually going to ult.
Yeah, so he's got his clone. It's going to be another Rainer clone yet again. Goku sitting on the temple for now. Do they have the ability to really break in here? I don't see it. 13 to 17 in the levels here. Pandorium is in a really rough spot, especially if B-Kid comes for a huge flank.
Escaping Jill, like nothing done with that clone.
Yeah.
All right, so he didn't actually bother trying to shield up the keep. I would have expected, not clone, shields and mules to keep that going, but just barely. Hey, we eke it out. That's a very low hit point keep down there as well, Kevin. If these giants go uncontested, like next temples are on core.
Yeah, this is looking really difficult, especially with the 4 siege giant push. That is a lot of damage to mitigate. Now, they are going to be a little bit lucky that they're not going to be synchronized. It's not going to be 4 giants at once, but it is still going to be another set coming in behind this. And with the 18 and 14 still, and actually a whole bunch of damage go down to Frustrated. He does get the Ancestral at the last second, as well as the Symbiote shield to keep him alive for a little bit longer. But
So, I think this is a keep.
Yep, this is going to be keep. And if they're not careful, if they lose somebody here, this is going to be game. James Franco just left. He's just, he's calling his agent. He's like, I don't know how I got this gig, but I'm not happy with it. James Franco now taking a good amount of damage. Strafe, very aggressive there from B-Kid, catching many members there of heroes, so many of the heroes there, and that's going to be the core.
That is going to be the core. Wow, 5 levels. I know that Pandorium is not a bad team, but bang, bang. Definitely went out with a bang on this one, my friend. And 5 levels, 14 minutes in. They're going to semifinals in flying fashion.
That they are really, really dominating play here. It's a lot closer than the game that we saw with 2-Arc versus Momentum. Or not, sorry, not as close as the game we saw with 2-Arc versus Momentum. This was a lot more of a dominating lead here from Bang Bang, and I am very interested to follow this team a little bit more.
Well, I believe with them into the semis, let's take a quick look here at the brackets. We got 2-Arc and Nova now actually confirmed. Bang Bang is the 3rd team to move into semis, which means we're still waiting on Team Blaze and Bibinka. I have no idea what flag that is. And that's it. Yeah, so we're just waiting on them to move forward. I think we are going to be moving over to 2-Arc and Nova, though, for the semis.
All right, so we'll jump on over to that, I guess, next. But Bang Bang looking like a very, very strong competitor if we're going to see either Blaze or 2-Arc get up into the finals. Who are Bang Bang's next set?
It'll be Bibinka or
yeah, so okay, I guess, sorry. I thought Blaze was on the other side of the bracket.
Nope, they're going to be meeting up, and we're going to be doing Nova and 2-Arc because I think they're ready.
Okay, let's jump on into that game then.
Alrighty.